So by now I can only guess everyone and their mother's mother has seen the newest trailer for The Dark Knight Rises. Hell, some of you out there may even have seen the special IMAX prologue. Now, nothing warms my grouchy heart quite like Batman, but hey, I'm a comic fan. It's to be expected of me. Other things that are expected of me as a comic book fan? Oh, I don't know. Living in my parents' basement, eating Cheetos, and being really awkward around girls. But, you know, I digress. For a while after the trailer, non-comic fans were asking me the same question. Mainly, who is this guy Bane and why should I care? Well, Grouch Faithful, today I plan to answer these and similar questions as I explore the origins of my own personal favorite Batman villain, Bane, the man who broke the bat. Created by Chuck Dixon, Doug Moench, and Graham Nolan for the famous Nightfall storyline, wherein Batman would have his back broken, Bane made his first appearance in Batman, Vengeance of Bane, #1 in January 1993. The character was originally conceived as a dark mirror of the highly disciplined, multi-skilled pulp hero Doc Savage, much like how Batman draws inspiration from other pulp heroes such as the Shadow and even Zorro. Bane was born in the fictional Caribbean Republic of Santa Prisca, in a maximum security prison. His father, Edmund Dorrance, aka King Snake, had been a revolutionary and had escaped Santa Prisca's court system. The corrupt government, however, decreed that his young son would serve out the man's life sentence, and thus Bane's childhood and early adult life are spent behind bars in the hellish prison. Not only would young Bane survive this fate, but he would actually thrive in this harsh environment. He sculpted his mind in the prison library and trained his body in the prison gym, as well as picking up several skills from other inmates, and even a formal education from a Jesuit priest. You know, in a way, Bane's story is also kind of like the Count of Monte Cristo, an innocent man serving life for a crime he didn't commit, only to achieve self-mastery, but lose much of his own humanity. Kind of interesting. In time, through violence or intimidation, Bane would become the undisputed kingpin of Santa Prisca. The prison bosses took notice of this and forcibly made Bane a test subject for the dangerous super steroid known as Venom. While Venom gave Bane incredible strength, more often than not it was his addiction to the substance that time and time again led to his ultimate downfall. The first time I ever saw Bane was of course in Batman the Animated Series voiced by Henry Silva. There he was hired by mob boss Rupert Thorne to finally kill Batman. At first it seems like he's in it for the money, but it quickly becomes apparent that Bane is out to prove that if he can beat Santa Prisca, he can beat anything, even Batman. Bane's costume, both in the comics and in this episode, for the most part are clearly inspired by Mexican luchador wrestlers. In his second animated series appearance, in the episode Over the Edge, his costume had changed quite a bit, now resembling more of a bondage slave. It's actually very creepy. It should also be noted that even though this episode was revealed to be a dream, I find it interesting that Bane was actually able to kill Batman by the end of it. Bane has already made numerous appearances in other mediums, film, TV, video games. Some of them good, some of them bad, and some of them freaking awful. But I think the most interesting one was the possible future presented in Batman Beyond, where we see Bane as a broken, dying old man forced to manufacture Venom just to stave off the Reaper a little longer.
Drugs are bad. You shouldn't do drugs. If you do them, you're bad.
The new movie seeks to take Bane in yet another new direction. The costume is a lot more practical, like most of the movie's costumes, and the biggest difference is, of course, the mask. Now, I can understand why they wouldn't want a full face mask. They hired Tom Hardy to play the role, and by God, you're going to be able to see his eyes and watch him emote. At the time of recording, there's no word yet as to whether or not Venom or Santa Prisca will play a part in the new movie, but a Grouch can only hope, am I right? I know there's a lot of people out there who don't much care for Bane, people who think he's just another lame 90s comic villain who peaked way too early in their career. Much like Doomsday and even more like Carnage. But personally, I love him. He's got a cool background, an awesome mask, and when he's written well, like in Secret Six, he's damn compelling. In that set of stories, we saw Bane try to kick his Venom habit, become a father figure to Scandal Savage, and why we even got to see him out on a date. So, that's Theater Tales, and now you know the name of the Bane. Thanks for watching.